2. So, I think
yeah,
a stronger performance in Game 3.
I would agree. I think like aim for like not above a 1,500 gold advantage. Because in both games, it's been about 2.6k at some point. So like, let's aim for 1.5, and maybe that's salvageable, more manageable, I guess, instead of relying on some shenanigans around Otacons and things like this to get them back into a Game 1 and getting colossally smashed in Game 2. Shoutouts to Galio's passive.
One thing with the fact that Pantheon was let through is that now Gen.G back on red side, they can go Bay. You know, which is funny because they're banning Bard, who looks a bit like Baymax.
Yeah, true.
And they can go...
It's one of my favorite sounds to ever exist in a movie, by the way.
It's pretty great.
It's so good.
Alistair ban comes through. Presumably this is the Yunara that's going to come forward.
Just kind of want them to ban something that starts with T, just so they can ban Bat.
Bat?
It'd just be kind of fun.
Unfortunately, Trundle was picked last time.
Yeah. And he has a bat as well. Oh, God, it'd be so good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Maybe they could ban Darius and then pick Ezreal and Draven.
The evolution said, so Yunara left open.
They can't spell
Remember,
base.
Game 1, T1 banned Yunara themselves. But I feel like they're going to lock it in.
Yeah, so what is the answer then from Gen.G? Because they know that that has to be the first pick.
Yeah, and also, you know, we've seen...
Wait, Wukong hasn't been picked yet, the whole series.
Yeah, didn't really get a look in last time, instead. So I feel like some things that you can think about are the fact that, like, Wukong, Rakan are available. The Kai'Sa isn't available, which you've sometimes seen picked with the Yunara. Hasn't always gone super successfully, but it's been kind of that, like, you CC, you target it, you lock it down. But I certainly think that Wukong is what I would definitely look to prioritize here.
Yeah, I mean, you pick Annie Wukong, right? Because they also banned the Bard. So Bard has been such a great answer to the Monkey. And so now the Monkey gets to just run amok.
Wukong, Annie, Rakan as a first 3 would make it very hard to play a short-range TD carry if you can get the Rakan on 3. So we'll see. That has been the Wukong Annie has been the Rise group special in terms of pairings. Has been very successful.
Let's just see whether it's enough, because we've seen Yunara be pretty terrifying. As there is the Wukong Annie that we were expecting. Now T1 kind of forced to pick the Rakan. But we'll see exactly what they're going to be picking into it here, as Ona hovering some champions. Haven't necessarily got anything in mind just yet right now, considering outranging the Annie with a Victor, but it doesn't necessarily fill you with joy.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Victor is you obviously scale well, and it provides another target. So if the Yunara goes down, you have someone else to put out that DPS. So I think a lot of value there. Ultimately, though, you're still vulnerable to the same aggression that can challenge the Yunara. But, you know, if the engage comes on a one target, if you're split from them, you can put that gravity field down, you can put the ult down, you can cause disruption. They do go for the Skarner, though, which is one of those picks that... I feel like this is something you typically see a lot from Gen.G, is like a Victor-Skarner duo. Definitely good at causing disruption, though. The grab, the ult as well from the Skarner can definitely disrupt and engage. We'll see if Gen.G opt to go for...
Just lock the Rakan. There's no Talia, there's no Poppy. You're just free to do it if you would like to. And there it is. I mean, it's the Rise Group special for a reason. And so far, out of the positives for T1, they got Yunara. And the positives end very abruptly with a large cliff, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely... Gen.G have equipped themselves with the tools to shut down Yunara when it comes to those team fights. So, going to be a hard one to navigate. That being said, their composition now, you definitely want to bolster it with some sort of reliable DPS. We kind of saw that a little bit in Game 1, where they had the engage options, they had the backline threat, but they didn't really have the follow-through in the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
You see the Ziggs ban come through, something that has been a little bit of the bane of T1 in previous matches.
Do you know what's really cool? They've there's no Orianna, she's already been taken away. Syndra isn't really in the meta at the moment, and so far, Gen.G had banned Ball. And there are no balls. Oh, wait, no. Actually, Yunara has loads of them. Never mind.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately, they didn't ban the Yunara, but they did ban the ball. So maybe there's something to be said there.
Thank you for the contribution.
Yeah, the Nautilus didn't really help out, and I have now definitely derailed us.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe I should stop spelling. I might need to work on that. But this is war for Gen.G.
Okay, they deny the Xayah Rakan. We have seen Xayah a little bit into it. Jhin is open. I guess they could go.
I don't like the Jhin that much.
I think it just works when you go in, you have like the kind of ult on top.
Oh, we could just light things on fire. It doesn't feel like a lot of power in the early stages though, and so the Jhin is what they're going to go back to here.
Yeah. I think when you go for the engage, you pop the ult to kind of follow up, to kind of be providing that damage on top of that.
Yep.
Additional threat. It's just very popular in the meta, has that lane pressure as well.
And now counterpick goes over to Keen at the same time, so Doran needing to try and find something he wants to blind pick. I feel like in metas past, that would almost always be Gnar. And instead, it's going to be the Yorick, a champion that we have seen in Game 3s quite a few times, and something that Doran has made work before. Not a lot of the things that are commonly picked into the Yorick are up and available as well, as the Ambessa has been banned away, the Renekton has been used. All right, what's carrier play?
Cho'Gath is open.
Pyke is open. Don't know if it's a Pyke game.
Yeah, not sure I'd pair Pyke together here.
It's Tahm Kench.
Tahm Kench makes sense in terms of the safety. Not a pairing we've really seen too much with Yunara specifically, but it's a concept that makes sense. You want to keep your carries alive into this.
Yep, also carrier really wanted to pick an engage support, and he got one.
Yeah.
That's sort of his way. As the K'Sante, the Keen Sante, being hovered here, as he's grinning just a little bit. Let's see what is actually going to be confirmed. But this would make some sense given the player that we're seeing on our screen. And they will lock that one in. So Gen.G going for the Rise Group special, understanding where the culture lies and respecting it here with the Rakan Wukong Annie that has just been so incredibly good. It's not necessarily breaking any records as far as creativity is concerned.
Yeah.
But it's tried and true, and it certainly works. T1, they have a Yunara, they have a Victor, and they have a Dream. And we'll see whether Gumayusi can pop off.
It's one of those things, they have a lot of tools to shut down these carries. There's a lot of early agency. Skirmish is going to be phenomenal. We've seen how much the Wukong can do.
Yeah.
But you look on the other side and you have this Yunara Victor, and you think if this game goes late, if we get into the 5v5s, if they're not able to blow up the Yunara, I just think they kind of lack a good amount of damage.
Yeah.
Their sort of carry is the Jhin, who we've seen, especially if he's pumping damage into a Skarner, can struggle a little bit. You have a tank top laner, you have a mid jungle who are about that burst combo. So I think T1, we saw them absolutely fail to do that last game, but Weathering the Storm, definitely the MO in this one.
Yep, and it's once again, we're going to see who is going to make it to the milestone first, whether it will be Chovy or whether it will be Carrier. Based on who wins this game, we'll be coming away with that one as well in today's Saturday Showdown. Let's get into it. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rift for game number 3, the decider between T1 and Gen.G in our best of 3 of best of 3s that we've had here in our rounds 3 through 5. Whoever wins this will come away with the series win. And if T1 are able to take it and get themselves towards that second place. But for now, HLE are leading. T1 looking for a few angles here as Doran has taken the Pentakill skin. Kind of like that one. The base player Yorick. Just feels right,
It's a good vibe.
It certainly is. All right, let's have a look at how things are going to start. I can imagine that the bottom side of the map is probably going to be pretty even between these two, although Jhin, would you say theoretically has a little bit of early agency?
Yeah, I mean, you can usually get the push, I would say, into the Yunara.
How do you feel about Gumyushi ghosting the lane?
Love to see it.
I'm a big fan.
Get that first.
Already a bit of biffo here between the two bottom lanes, as Ruler will find that fourth shot.
Not gone too hard.
Yeah, the tempo heal going to come on through and the barrier going to be used in response here. But the heal going to come down once again. Ruler just plodding his way over, holding on to that purple bullet.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, does not manage to actually fire it into Gumyushi though. Some success for the Yanara thus far. Lane control well and truly in control by Gen.G.
Yeah, it's so much with the Yanara around using that Q once you have those empowered autos for your trading power. Guma's popped it now just to try and get the wave, shove, and match. It will be pretty close. It's actually level 2 hit about the same time between them.
And do you know what the best thing about this game is?
What?
Slurkles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're back there once again. I apologize. Oftentimes the Yanara is banned. But sometimes we just get to talk about Slurkles, and it's just really, really cool. Faker is going to find Canyon, but Owner is there alongside him. As both the mid lane is just saying hi to the junglers, and will back away afterwards. Here's the Wukong Annie stats. As, yeah, have a look. The best team in the league has 2 victories with this combo. Tried and true.
Wow. I mean, it looks pretty... We always talked about it as being the Rise Group combo is doing so well there, but it's kind of crazy to see how well it's done just across the board.
Yep. Bro just being an inspiration to us all. And by us all, I mean the teams in the LCK, and I don't even think they did it first. But I'm going to give it to them anyway.
Of course you would.
Ruler and Duro do have control of this wave. But no whoopsies just yet. Cannons going the way they're supposed to, and all that sort of stuff. But a little bit of farm in advantage here for Ruler as Grand Engine's going to connect on to Carrier. Does eat the grey health and is going to be absolutely fine. Canyon just mowing through the jungle, has completed his first clear, and will be able to take this crab on the bottom side. Now going to look for a little bit of an angle as Duro has moved over.
Guma is kind of low. They go for... I mean, Ruler has the 4th shot as well. I think they just burst him.
Yep, let's see whether they can find the angle in as Gumyushi is going to be able to make his way out, actually, as Ruler was tanking up the turret. They get the teleport out from the Yorick, and this could signify an early lane swap here for T1 as Owner is making his way and gets the flash out from Chovy. Very nicely played here as T1, decent amount of pressure, and the fact that they now get to move into a lane swap, I think is a big deal, because Doran's teleport doesn't feel quite as bad.
I actually love plays like this where they like TP the top lane. I mean, Doran's never going to be there in time to make it, but one of the things is you go for a play like that on Aguma, and him losing out on the farm for the team feels like a net negative, but because you TP Doran down there, feels like you lose out a lot more overall. Managing to maintain tempo to a good amount.
Yep.
And Guma just able to slip away from that play, eats the 4th shot, and it's a little scary because he doesn't have barrier, right? So that dive that was coming through, heal wasn't available, no barrier. It felt like the burst might have just been enough, which is why Gen.G went for it. Weren't able to find it. I will say, however, though, Doran used his TP, Keen saved his.
Yeah, just walked down towards this bottom lane and gets this whole wave as it crashes into the turret. So this Cassante that was falling a little bit further behind is now feeling absolutely fine. Not to mention the fact that Doran hadn't bought yet. So he did have to go back anyway, and then has to walk.
We do see a cold pickup from Guma, and he gets to pick up some farm here. So it works out pretty okay for both sides, I'd say. But yeah, we'll see if Keen manages to find an angle to utilize that TP advantage. Obviously did specifically save it there when he could have just... I mean, there wasn't a need to TP down when the wave's coming in, but we'll see if he finds an angle for it. Obviously, Yorick, we've said many times before, not really inclined.
Oh, Keen is going all out, and Doran is getting all out of there. Would be the response. Keen gets an extra 6 gold for his trouble as he takes down the ghoulies.
Actually, yeah, getting the XP advantage from those extra minions and the wave being in a bad state as well means...
He's holding the freeze as well. This is
3 CS picked up that glob though. That was pretty nice.
That was pretty good morning mist, to say the least.
He did not miss that morning.
No, he did not. Successful. Owner is going to come on over just to allow Doran to push this one up. But Canyon in position as well, being a tricky little warrior as he makes his way out. Bear comes down. The Arcane Storm is also going to be there. Gravity Well also helping out. As, yeah, the pesky bear, something that Faker now has to deal with. See whether he does get the extra 50 gold from it, though, as Chovy is going to possibly call Tibbers back.
Yeah, did pull him under the tower for a tower hit there. I think it's most annoying when he's up in your face and Chovy's trading with you.
Yeah, exactly. Having to deal with both at the same time is the important part, as Chovy is going to get licked momentarily. Death Ray comes on through, and Owner is coming in. Yep, no flash available for Chovy, so he's just going to get impaled to death. And that is first blood going over to the Skarner as well. A huge deal here for T1. The fact that their very tanky jungler is off to a good start.
You know, it's something I didn't really think about, but Tahm Kench and Skarner as a duo just have this insane ability to just get over terrain and find these gank paths.
Yep.
So there, Carrier finding the angle out of vision to just slide in here and get the tongue lash, and then on the other side, Owner coming over the wall. Just feels like great angles of attack here that left Chovy nowhere to go. And that flash that was burned earlier by Owner, obviously paying dividends there.
Yep, the return gank value going to come on through here for T1. And one of the better early games that they've had so far in this series.
Yeah, they have a lead, so that's already doing better.
Yeah, there's a knock up onto Carrier, but he's just diving his way out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you burn flash on Annie, and that alone is good, just denying the flash. But it's good to see them actually capitalizing and going for the turn gank. Now though, Gen.G starting up on the grubs, and Inara's in the bot side. Keen did teleport now though, so it would be a 4v4 on the top side.
There is a curtain call available for Ruler, so T1 respecting for now. Carrier possibly on an angle in, only level 5 here for the Tahm Kench. As Duro also. Canyon will be able to W over, then Duro with the follow, so 2 come through for Gen.G. The last one was secured there by Owner as well. So the feat of strength is going to go over to Gen.G. As Gumiishi doing a fair bit of damage, good Slurkle value there as well.
Yep. Holding up pretty okay in the matchup.
And I don't even know whether it was good Slurkle value, but I needed to say Slurkle.
Yep.
That was the main thing there. If you were looking at it, you were like, well, it didn't have much value.
I know who you are.
I know, but I was just making sure I explained it for everyone else.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand that.
Because maybe they were like, oh no, I just really don't think that Arc of Judgment really did much. If that was you, I mean, that's what the Slurkle is otherwise known as. That's its more wordy cousin, as far as titles are concerned.
Oh, he Tibbers stunned him, so he didn't get the cannon.
Oh my goodness, Chovy. That is how he has these CSD numbers. Duro is just going to dash away from Carrier here. Haven't really seen the combo put into full effect just yet. I imagine we may have a fight around a dragon, though, as the first one is going to be this Hextech Drake.
Yeah, up and available now. You see resets coming in for T1 for their top and 80 carry.
Chovy has also been very good at denying Tibbers gold.
Yeah.
Haven't you noticed that a lot of Tibbers just get sacrificed?
Yeah, and it is a lot of gold when you think about it.
Yeah. It's as much as a Nexus, we say it all the time. That's massive. Most important gold in the game. It's also the same as a Daisy. Or a Maiden, which is also here. So we'll see who gives the most gold, as Ruler is going to get exhausted. Carrier finds the gobble as the stun comes in, but I don't think Ruler's getting out of this one. Nice barrier though, and he survives! And now the curtains are being called. The last bullet gets the flash. And by last, I mean first. And now Carrier, he's the one in bullet hell, but is going to survive momentarily. Oh, the deadly flourish coming on through there as Duro does make his way in. Man, Ruler is locked in today.
And what looked like a favorable play for T1. You think they finally found something. They're going to get Guma fed. Ruler baits with the barrier, outplays, and ends up forcing 3 sums to his 2.
Yeah. And Keen going to be able to take the first Nexus worth objective on the map. Equivalent to 2 dragons, you could say. As Gen.G, speaking of dragons, going to start off this one. Currently sitting on a 300 gold lead. Doesn't mean a whole lot at this stage of the game. And not even going to commit to it. As Owner is so tanky. First item complete.
Yeah, Canyon doesn't have a first item completed yet.
Oh, Ruler also doesn't have his ulti. So they're down a few buttons on the side of Gen.G. Chovy as well, his health bar relatively low. Slurkle going to connect. Duro gets in there with the quickness, finds quite a few, and down goes the Tom Kench to start us off. Flash out from Owner, trying to keep himself alive as he's going to have to drive his way out of this one, but he will not be allowed to. Ruler delivered that kill. Gumayusi going down on the side, and Gen.G just wiped them out and then start back on the Dragon.
And I think T1 opting into a fight that wasn't really necessary here.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
The Keen Sante situation is happening once again as the flash in, and Keen drags him under his own turret.
Yeah, I think that's where Doran wants to be.
I was gonna say that was where he was heading. So
maybe on the angle he's not complying.
Oh, Doran was hitchhiking.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he held his thumb up. That's what really caught Keen off guard.
Doran's ghoulie wall may be a little off there, but you know, T1 opt into this, and you don't have the ult on Yunara. I don't even believe they have the Arcane Storm either. And Gen.G, they're fine to take this. Their team fight is so good, especially at this point of the game where Guma's not online, Faker's not online. You really didn't need to take this fight. And I think you're just giving Gen.G a window into the game again. I think T1 can just let their carries scale up. Instead, the Dragon's given over to Gen.G regardless, but now they have that 2,000 gold lead that it feels like it's been a constant off this series.
Hey, but they don't have a 2,000 gold lead individually for Ruler.
Yeah, but not too far away.
They're getting there, but it's not quite there yet. And so that is important. That was the thing that we, you know, were starting to define the series on.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily end of the world, but it is not good news for T1. And only one more objective in Gen.G will lock down those feats of strength. It is only one kill that T1 have picked up as far as that race is concerned, and they've already lost that one. So they're going to need first turret and the next 3 objectives if they do want to be able to upgrade their shoes. It's probably the last thing on their minds right now. Stability is what they're going to require.
Yeah. Just finding a way to slow down the game more than anything. And at least, you know, Darren's doing pretty well in the side lane. I was able to pick up some plates there. I say as I see him getting tibbersed. Oh, no, he's not doing so good anymore.
Yeah, there's a possible PvE, like a Pokemon battle that could happen here between the Maiden and Tibbers. Who wins out of the Maiden versus Tibbers? Could we get Doran and Chovy to agree to let them just duke it out? As they're both level 10, I mean, it's even right now, right? Sort of, ish.
Yeah.
Kinda. One item. Some shoes there, as Tibbers would benefit from that one, but that's okay.
Don't specifically know the answer to the question, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Never thought about it.
Maybe we should. We need to hop into the practice tool and start figuring it out. The big questions, you know?
I think Daisy would probably be...
Oh, Daisy's obviously completely OP.
Really?
She's the winner. She gets a 3-hit passive. We all know the best things in the game have 3-hit passives.
Oh, okay.
You know?
The thing is, I think the problem with the Maiden is the drain she gets. I think she only does it to champions. She needs Yara to be hitting them, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's a shame. So I'd say that maybe that gives Tibbers the edge.
Maybe.
Because Tibbers is happy to hit anything.
Yeah.
Keen also not really wanting to hit Faker, because it's not exactly the greatest of matchups. Faker holding him at bay, as Keen is able to at least mitigate some of the CC before getting the heck out of there. But the K'Sante has a bit of like CS in the lead. There is a slight gold advantage for Doran, who I believe has taken a couple of plates in his time. But Gen.G are pushing this advantage. Slurkle not even going to be enough to help here. I'm so glad I got another opportunity to say it. If you could just press it again, Gumayusi, on your way out, that'd be great. Never mind, we're going to check on Faker.
He's been doing a pretty good job of pressing it, you know. He's been getting it in. He is... Okay, it's a little over a level. You know, he's about to hit level 9, but he's down in XP, down in gold. It's kind of been the theme of the game, but at least he's on the hyper carry this time. Yep. I mean, the last game they were both on hyper carries, but this time he is on the hyper carry. So it's a weather the storm angle. It's the hope and pray. Okay, that was a nice dodge.
Yeah, somehow managing to share some pixels with the turret there. Very nicely done. Keen back down here. Does have his Iceborne Gauntlet completed. And Gen.G feeling pretty relaxed at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Herald's up now, which would be feats of strength for Gen.G, so I imagine they'll be moving over towards it. T1 currently have Faker just matching against Keen.
What's the soul? Is it a Chemtech again?
T1 are hoping it is.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, they're actually, so they're TPing Faker in. Are they going to TP Darn in or just let this go? I think the call is just let it go.
Yeah, Faker actually TPing to the top lane, to grab the minions that were there. I think the turret may have actually just straight up died to minions if he hadn't have done so. Slurkle comes out, doesn't find Ruler.
That's feats of strength. That's also the Herald, which you can use to try and get that first tower.
The triple feats of strength?
It stops count, unfortunately. It feels a bit dissatisfying.
I know. Shouldn't you count it up for each of the things, no matter what? That's what I kind of thought.
Just really show it.
Yeah.
Demonstrate it.
Because I like seeing it all filled in. Yeah. We never get to see it all filled in.
But I think T1 making the right decisions to slow the pace down.
Yeah. And there it is. It's going to be filled in by T1 if it was still available to be filled in, but it wasn't. As Keria going to flash away, thinking that there was a scary monkey looming, and there indeed was. And this gold lead, it's not the same as it was in either of our first 2 games for Gen.G. But remember, T1 won one of those games. So it's not like we're going to be signing any, not writing eulogies yet, you know? But it is getting close. As Gen.G on the Dragon, Chovy just going to leave, as there was a bit of a surprise waiting for him on the top side. Wanders back to this lane now, as let's see whether this dive is going to work out. Chovy's going to get that unfortunate news that there is a Skarner in the area, but Duro's made his way over, does interrupt Owner as well, as he does drive on through, but the tower is going to fall. T1 grabbing 2 actually already.
I think they can be pretty happy with that. You know, they're going to TP Yorick in here as well. Yeah.
Now Canyon going to have to be a bit tricky here to get himself out of the way, but they're not even able to lock down this mid-outer turret.
This is pretty fantastic, right? You take 2 towers, you defend your mid-tier 1, Keria tanks the Ignite with a great health.
There you go.
Everything's going good. All things considered, the early deficit being kind of staved off a little bit now. That mid-tier 1 is low, and it looks like this top tower, bot tower, sorry, is going to die.
The top tower is also kind of a breath away from dead, like a stiff breeze would be able to take it down. So.
But I think the position the game was in, we could have definitely seen a scenario where Gen.G just take all 3 out of towers and T1 get nothing. So at least the positive I'm saying is T1 got some answers back. It's not all doom and gloom.
It's a bit of doom and gloom, though.
It's a bit. It's not all.
No. And Gen.G still have a Jhin composition, and if there's anyone that knows that Jhins can be disappointing, it's me. I've based a lot of my career on it.
Yeah. Very much a Jhin anti.
Indeed. Jhin's also been, for me, disappointing in the other direction as well. I remember. Faker Mr. Cannon. Oh, God.
You know what? Let's just not talk about it.
It was actually, my point was going to be about T1 as well. I believe it was when Jackie Love was playing Jhin, and I tweeted about it. I'm like, oh, look at this, Jin's doing nothing, and then he got a quadra kill in the topside jungle, and they lost.
So it's your fault?
It was my fault. I apologized immediately afterwards and stopped tweeting for the rest of Worlds, I think, that year. Which did work out in our favor, okay, I might add, as Ruler gonna get slurkled up. That keeps him in the ghoulie wall and forces the flash, as they manage to take the entire outer ring of turrets against the flow of play here in this game.
You know, Gen.G have, you know, Annie, Rakan, Wukong, but they don't have Slurkle into ghoulie wall.
Exactly!
Which is a very threatening engage combo, as we just saw. Able to catch out Ruler there, get his flash. And if you're looking towards that dragon in 2.5 minutes, or even potentially the Arakan,
okay,
Ruler not having flash is something.
That is something. There's another thing that is just completely wrong that's been posted in our prompter. It says Yorick's wall is a slurkle, Skarner's W is a slurkle, Faker's ult is a slurkle, Yunara's orb is a slurkle, that one's true, and Keria's W dive is a slurkle. Let me let you know, okay? The dive is a slocker, okay? And Faker, his ultimate is just a circle. Doesn't actually do any slowing. Keen is a raid boss, and he's going to go all out, brings in the Yorick, and where did he go? He might be inside a Slurkle right now, but that's in the death chamber. We cannot see it, as Chovy finding a nice double stun here, as well as Owner looks to come through, but he's delivered by the Kazante, and down goes the Scun. Oh God, it is a bloodbath as Gen.G just mow them down. The Otacon going to be taken as well, as Faker, the last man standing, and there is nothing that he can do. He can throw out a Stunkle,
You're struggling there a little bit.
Yeah, I was attempting. Has 4,000 assists here for Chovy, and he's looking to augment that with his 500th win as well. Third in the LCK, just behind BDD and Faker, who have been here forever.
This was desperate. I mean, Keen set this up completely. Finds an angle onto Doran here. Beautiful positioning to get him next to the wall. Slides him next to Atakan. He's just so beyond dead. And then bonus points because Ona tries to look for Chovy here. And Keen ends up catching him when he goes in.
Oh, man.
Flips him over. He just gets taken out as well.
And Canyon is like delivered as a Beyblade to his enemy team, yeah.
And then Dura comes in with the ult to clean up. I mean, just some excellent play right now from Gen.G and oh, Doran.
Oh dear. Doran's health bar looked large, but Chovy makes it much smaller. As another Q will do it, and down he will go. Wants to invest a flash there as well. Felt like Chovy deserved it. And maybe that's true. As now they will move to a 5.5k gold advantage. They have Otacon, they have feats of strength, they have they don't have an outer ring of turrets. That's all they're really missing here as Ruler fires off the fourth shot, runs his way away. And he is going to be more than fine. T1 really circling the drain in this game.
Yep.
So let's go back to it. So there was the Slock Up. There was the Stunkle, which was difficult for me to say. I got stumped on that one.
That sounds like an uncle to say.
Yeah. And then there's the Slurkle, the classic.
Yep.
And Doran has the Wurkle.
The Wurkle?
Because it's a wall circle.
Oh, okay.
So it's the Wurkle.
The Wurkle.
Yeah. So that's all.
I think I prefer Ghoulie Wall.
I mean, Ghoulie Wall is way better, but technically, if you were going to do it like a Slurkle, it would be a Wurkle.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it could be a Ghoulie Wurkle. We could call it that if you'd like to. Because, you know, if you think about it, Cataclysm's also a Wurkle, so it's not clear. Maybe you do need to add the Ghoulie clarification.
Are there any other Slurkles in the game?
There's loads of them. Lots of circles do slows.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one specifically.
Nivea's Glacial Storm.
Oh, nice one, true.
Is indeed a storm.
Yeah, that's a big Slurkle.
If Faker builds a Rylai's, then the Arcane Storm becomes a Slurkle.
Oh, it becomes a Slurkle, so you can change...
you can build Slurkles in this game.
Wow.
It's beautiful. It's like Minecraft.
But his W does slow as well as stunning? Is it like the...
Oh, that's true. It's a Slurkle into a Stunkle, isn't it?
But do you prioritize the harder CC, or do you just say it's
yeah, do you base it on its potential?
Why are you asking me?
Or what's more
You're
likely?
the expert.
No, I'm asking the rhetorical question because it is technically both.
You're the expert on the subject. I am asking you.
It's Schrodinger's Slurkle.
No, I am specifically
Can it be both?
No, I'm asking you. You're the authority.
Oh, wait, maybe it's a Stunturkle.
A Stunturkle. Okay. We are really pushing the limit of stupid things that on broadcast.
I don't even think that makes sense at all.
Oh,
but
that
it was
doesn't
very fun to say.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, this is the whole point, is that it's fun to say.
This is where you're drawing the line.
Yeah, I am.
This is where you said tempo vibes made sense completely. Slurkle, yeah, that's cool.
I'm so sorry. You've really copped the brunt of all of this.
Stunturkle is where you're like, oh, I think I've got
this is a bit too silly. Yeah.
Well, at least you've established that now. Thank you.
If you've watched Monty Python's and now for something completely different, you'll know that there is a line for "This is too silly."
Okay. Well, I'm glad we
they're in a similar position, I think.
Yeah.
As it's now a 6,000 gold lead. The reason why we're talking about Stunturkles and things like that is because as T1 are doing their very best to find vision around this map, the Gen.G have so much extra control, and 2.5 minutes is likely when we're going to see the next fight. And if T1 can perform a miracle there, then maybe there's a way back in. As Doran, once again, finding some bad guys, but now has Ona with him. Warrior Trixie does bring Canyon over, as that is going to be the red buff secured. There's the Impale as well, but Chovy will turn up. Ona having to flash away. The curtains have been called. Ona is able to... Oh, never mind! The last shot going to come through! And no one can escape this Gen.G today, as Duro able to just dash his way out of there. Gen.G find a couple of picks. This could break open even more of the base.
Just feels like there's no real recourse from T1. They're kind of just trying to get people out, run away, disengage from the situation. Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Yeah. He's going to get closed in on. His health bar disappears in the blink of an eye as the flash forward from Keen, looking for an angle, still wanting to find more, even though there is a Yunara and a turret there. Gumbayushi just not really doing the damage. And the Ghoulie Wall comes down, looking a little bit sad there as well. Would have liked the cat skin just for the Ghoulie Wall to add a little bit of happiness.
Remember when we had hope that this was going to be a 3-gamer?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a 3-gamer.
Oh, no, sorry, that this was going to be a close 3-gamer.
Yeah.
Right, it is a 3-gamer. Do you remember when we thought this was going to be like a tooth and nail 3-gamer and it's just been 2 stomps?
Well, I have teeth and nails, okay? So technically it still is.
Yeah, I guess Wukong does. A lot of these champions have teeth and nails.
Yeah, it's a general thing with creatures.
Yeah.
Just in general. Although I haven't quite inspected all of the models, as just didn't quite work out there. As I believe, was Keria actually trying to flash to block the shot?
I think he was trying to eat. Oh no. Yeah, didn't quite.
Oh.
That. Yeah. Where did he go?
Well, you know how they banned.
He's taking a nap. I like.
Do you remember when Gen.G banned Ball? They managed to kill Ball.
Oh, is Tibbers gonna kill him?
Oh.
I want to know.
Well, we're not going to see it. As Doran in a rough spot.
Just keep running, Doran.
Well, that is Canyon getting slowed down there, so not going to be able to quite close in on the Yorick.
There's no Krugs there. I think Canyon might have killed them. How dare he?
Oh my, no wonder Doran was fighting him, but he did have to flash away. Canyon still has his flash available as Ona now going to get slowed down, and catching Duro was never going to be an easy one.
Okay, we're flanking.
Yeah, Duran Ruler possibly in trouble. Let's see how the Ghoulie Wall is going to connect as the Morning Mist is going to miss. So, Morning Mist, it missed.
Yeah. Also, Ghoulie Wall not very effective against Rakan.
Oh, that's that 50 gold that we were talking about as well. As Duro, that's a little bit frightening as they do avoid the knockup, but even the Battle Dash gets him out. Oh, Duro, that is unfair. They deserved that one. Well, I think Justice for Supports may be actually carrying some weight here in this game.
I think it's a pretty good day for it.
Yeah. Okay, that's how that happened.
Yes, the L play button.
Yeah, and then Faker noticed that there weren't very many buttons left available for Chovy.
And then what happened with the one?
Okay, Tibbers. Okay, we're going to cut the video.
Yeah.
We'll never know. Maybe the space. No, don't give us that replay. I don't think we want that one. And Canyon just going to solo this last remaining Elemental Dragon and lock down the Infernal Soul.
I think after seeing that clip of Chovy one-shot Guma, I think I really was just asking myself, what did Gen.G need? More burst, I think.
Yep.
I think they were lacking that. So they now have more burst. By the way, Ruler is more than 2 levels up.
Yeah, he's hit 2.5k again. So that's 3 games in a row.
To be fair, at least he's not the only one with 2.5k.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And Faker is ahead in farm by about 40 CS over Chovy.
Well...
Talk about stats that are real that don't really mean all that much. Slurkle slows down Canyon momentarily, but T1, I don't think they're defending this particular inner turret. Still, they want to try by the looks of things. Deadly Flourish going to go a little bit wide as the Maiden getting amongst it. Gumyushi doing his best with that Q. Some more Slurkle value, but still the inner turret will fall down. Keen just walks up, pulls in the Maiden, and finishes off that tower. Baron going to be up again in 2.5 minutes in this game, but Gen.G, I mean, they just have so much damage. Chovy with his Death Cap now done, as well as Shadow Flame Malignance. Even though this Annie is the one with the smallest gold advantage, he is still doing so much damage in this game. As, see, there, for example, Ona was a tank, by the way, guys, and now he is dead.
He just got to delete it completely. They're going to kill the Maiden now?
Oh, no, there's no recourse. It's now Chovy having to deal with the Arcane Storm. Faker able to take him down, asserting his dominance against his opposite number, but still the result is going to be a dead inhibitor in this mid lane. And I think this is just confirmation that Chovy isn't getting POM for this game.
For the series?
For his 500th win.
Yeah. Media when they can't just vote for Chovy.
Yeah, they're like, what are we going to do? It's going to be Ruler. You got to
Who did the most damage?
Yeah, I think Ruler's probably going to get a few votes. He may even win. And honestly, we can't be too upset about it because he's been running the bottom lane.
Oh, he just ulted him and then he did the blast cone. into laser combo.
Yep.
Flash. Pretty neat. Faker's still really trying to make this game happen.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a hard sell.
I mean, this is, as far as uphill battles are concerned, this is going to be a big one. I remember a time where Faker hit an ultimate on 4 people when they were behind 10,000 gold against a team called EDG, and then they won.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that did happen.
That happened. So they're going to have to channel some of that. That's all I got.
Well, if Gen.G do all stand together...
EDG didn't have Soul at the time, though. Or Arakan. Or Grubs. Because they didn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, Grubs won't really help you that much. Since
No. But it was just another thing that they didn't have.
Yeah. Well, Chovy just...
Did he miss a cannon?
He just missed a cannon.
Oh my goodness.
He's crumbling.
Wow, the 400s really were his prime. The 500s not really getting there.
Who is this player?
Yeah, he needs to lose this game so he can stay on the 400s for longer. Wait, no, he won't be. It's still his 500s
On Annie as
win,
well?
theoretically.
This champion, pretty good at CSing. Okay, here's another attempt.
Wow, we're not even going to watch it. Jonas Strong, not interested. He doesn't want to watch Annie farm.
Of course he'll get this one.
He's almost at Void Staff as well. As the Maiden going to be split pushing. Nice work.
I guess the
So they get some bounty gold as in goes Duro, out goes Duro. Canyon, oh, this flank angle, they do get vision, but it's just a little too late. Still Gumayushi's able to flash his way up, but Canyon still so healthy. There's the flash forward, and Chovy says good night to the top lane of T1. The Yunara tried, but T1 are now all on the floor. That is going to be the game win from Gen.G, and it is back-to-back massacres here in games 2 and 3. As Gen.G really wanting to put an end to this regular season that feels good, and man, they are going to be one heck of a raid boss moving into playoffs.
And game 1 convinced us that, you know, these two teams were going to go pound for pound, blow for blow, but Gen.G win about that life. 2 crushing defeats in game 2 and 3.